ForGG is threatening that frontal attack at any given time. And Firefist, meanwhile, has expanded again at the 12 o'clock location. That's smart, also picking up that early third expansion. Sorry, the third base, second expansion. And we'll see when Firefist decides to switch tech, or if he just commits to lots of Mutalisks, maybe goes for kind of a Jaedong build, goes into fast Guardians or something like that, or if he goes into Lurkers. We'll have to see.
It looks like ForGG is just a little bit worried about that Muto house, and he is putting up lots of turrets. Firefist is continuing with his mutas. He's built, I don't know, 9 more mutas, and it looks like ForGG has intercepted those mutas, but Firefist is dancing. And here I guess we're having a little micro fight. Firefist is being a little careful, not too careful, not careful enough I should say. He's dancing in but not really getting off any hits while the Marines are attacking the muta.
Yeah, I mean, he's having a little bit of trouble with his micro there, even though he's actually using one of the hills in the middle to help him out. But anyway, I think it's going to come down to an economy game here. Can Firefist manage to really slow down ForGG's economy? Because Firefist's economy is not that strong. He went for the 2-hatch mutas. You saw briefly there his natural expansion does not have a lot of drones. So ForGG right now is ahead economically, and he needs to pull a really good Mutalisk harass on the SCVs, which he hasn't done so far. But anyway, now he's going in. He's going to pick off some turrets in the main. Actually, ForGG doesn't have any forces nearby, just the turrets. And ForGG could be in big trouble here. He's running some Marines back. Meanwhile, he's running more Marines out in the front there. Firefist actually looks like he's going to pull away with his Mutalisks. Maybe he suspects that ForGG is trying to take out his expansion there. And actually, no, ForGG is actually going perhaps right for the main. He's also going to go for these unprotected overlords there. Perhaps Firefist was trying to group them. Oh, Firefist going for a kill with the Mutalisks. Yeah, he's just attack moving right over the Medic Marine group, but this time it's actually he has enough mutas that he gets away with it.
I thought that was a little aggressive, too aggressive even for that number of mutas, but I guess he pulled it off. Meanwhile, that Firebat hero is going in, and, well, he has no drones to attack, so I guess the only good part about that was ForGG has figured out that there is a third expansion, which he already knew, probably.
I love the fact that you just called it a Firebat hero. That is great. This is a true fan of StarCraft here commentating, by the way. I expect great things out of you, Hazel, in the future. But anyway, it's +1 attack done for Firefist, and actually +1 muta attack there for, sorry, +1 attack for ForGG and +1 Mutalisk attack for Firefist, and Firefist is definitely committing to a Guardian build, I think, but he's having trouble, like you said, with the Mutalisk control. I don't know how far he's going with the, how far he's gone with the Hive yet, because he's going to need those Guardians pretty soon, sooner rather than later, to be able to stay in this game here. He can't just stick with just upgraded Mutalisk. That's still not enough, and he's still just, oh man, just engaging the Marines in the middle. Just he doesn't even care about micro. He's like, I don't need micro. I just need attack move with Mutalisks. And meanwhile, ForGG is going to kill off that expansion there of Firefists.
Right, and it's just a little too late for the mutas to even engage the Marines there. I think ForGG's been doing a pretty good job sending out these 12 control groups of Marines here and there, being able to engage Mutalisks here and then take down an Expo in another area. It looks like Firefist is trying to come in with mutas, but ForGG is prepared with this for this with those Marines.
Yeah, I think ForGG is definitely way ahead in this game now. It's pretty much Firefist is out of this game. I don't know what went wrong with Firefist. I mean, I still haven't had a shot of his base, so I don't know how close he is to Guardians. But what it seemed to me was that he overproduced Mutalisks, underproduced Zerglings. Obviously, he didn't have anything else, but he had a wrong unit balance, and also he had pretty gross Mutalisk micro. To put it, no better way of putting it. I mean, the first game we saw pretty bad Mutalisk micro from Firefist, and this game we're seeing pretty darn bad Mutalisk micro from him too. Once again, I mean, yeah, he got a little bit of damage done here and there, but just as you saw right there, oh man,
oh wow,
oh and GG,
GG yo. He didn't even attack move that one. He just moved straight over.
Yeah, I guess with that epic fail of Mutalisk control there, Firefist too embarrassed to lose the game properly. He just types out. Ouch. I think Firefist needs to go home and work on his lurkers because Mulisks are not the unit for him, I think.
And so 4GG and Dr. K advanced from this Group 1 MSL group, right?
Yep, that is absolutely right there. And ForGG looking pretty happy there. Last season, he was barely in the MSL, even though he won the Arena MSL in the Club Day MSL. I think he was knocked out in the round of 16. So a little bit disappointing for 4GG. Maybe this time he's going to, try to get a little farther, given that he once held the title. Really, he has been counted as one of the best players out there because he only took that one title, and then since then he's just been struggling to keep a really good record, and he hasn't been really in the top 10 of players. Meanwhile, Firefist looked he looked really incompetent this game. I'm sorry, there's no other way to put it. I mean, the Mulus control was very subpar for any modern Zerg out there. Just not good Mulus control, and if you're gonna go all Mutalisks, you gotta have good Mulus control. Two-hatch Mutas requires good Mulus control, and unfortunately, Firefist couldn't deliver there.
Yeah, I felt like when he initially got those mutas, he kind of sat in front of the base and then nothing just happened. I guess he was forced back by 4GG's Marines, but he really didn't do any economic damage in the beginning, and it just went from there.
Yeah, so we're seeing both Zergs eliminated from this group. One mediocre Zerg, but unfortunately, one God of War Zerg is going to get eliminated from this group. July Zerg losing 0-2. I mean, I was very surprised by that, to be honest. I didn't expect him to lose. Actually, no, I expected him to lose against Dr. K, perhaps because of Byzantium, but that Zerg versus Zerg was. Well, I mean, I guess it wasn't totally his fault either. I mean, it just get bad luck in both cases, maybe, for July Zerg. Had he been facing 4GG, maybe he would have even done better on Byzantium. I don't know, but unfortunately, he faced a Protoss on Byzantium and then lost in the build order loss against Firefist. So, any final thoughts before we end this commentary, Hazel?
Just to all those college students out there, we are trying to start a intercollegiate thing like Star League, Pro League in the United States amongst colleges. So try try to I hope that everyone can try to start just StarCraft groups and get into contact with me through email. My email is hazely.kins@gmail.com. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll put that in the video description. And by the way, if you get a chance, go to sc2g.com. We'll be having some pictures of there's some pictures of Hazel's tournament, I think, in the StarCraft Lounge, and it was a really big tournament. I mean, I was amazed at how well you did there. You had like this big flat screen TV where the games were being showed, right? Shown, and you had a crowd watching. You had commentators, like two commentators doing live commentary. It was like the whole 9 yards there. It was so impressive.
Yeah, it took a bit of organization, but I was really surprised. You will be surprised by like the amount of underground StarCraft players that pop out of nowhere when you mention that there is a StarCraft tournament. So it's interesting just to find the StarCraft community out there that is hidden.
Yeah, definitely. All burrowed like I was for a while. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Hazel, for joining me in this commentary, and hope you guys have enjoyed.